All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Friday edition to the training. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. Welcome into the AI note takers as well. It's always funny to see that. Let's see. So, as usual, if anybody is new to Dubb, please put a one in the chat if you don't mind, and two if you're returning. That would be great. Just to kind of know where everyone's at, in the journey. That would be awesome. Okay, so we got some new people in here today. That's great. Always love that. And I love the returners as well. John, let's go over to John. Hey, how are you, John? If you want to unmute yourself and say hi, you can. If not, you can just say hi in the chat. Totally up to you. How you doing, John?
Yeah, I'm good. Can is my video not on?
Yeah, no, it's off for the training, but I can
Oh,
hear you though.
yeah. I know. I'm good. I'm new. I mean, I had a training call several months ago,
Okay.
but I kind of I wasn't ready for it, and then by now I forgot everything. So I'm ready to get this, and I need a refresher on how to do all this stuff.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's what we'll run through that today. John, what's your industry? What do you do?
Recruiting.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Do
Yeah,
you deal what
executive sales recruiting.
Okay. And then do you do the employer side, candidate side, both sides, or just the
Yes,
hiring side?
both sides.
Okay. Yeah, there's something that and I would imagine you do LinkedIn outreach probably, I would think.
Yes.
Okay. We'll show you the strategy setup for LinkedIn. We've done some coaching sessions with recruiters. The thing I would say is, from what we've kind of seen work in general with these videos, especially when I show you the LinkedIn one, in terms of the content, the shorter the video, the better. And opening with some kind of hook, like what's the industry? Is there any different industries you serve with that, John, or is it all kind of
Yeah.
okay?
My niche is institutional sales professionals. When I say institutional, I'm talking about selling into higher education, into government agencies, public sector,
Okay.
ed tech, gov tech, public sector SaaS. But I'm focused on sales within that space.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Then I would say, the one kind of constant that we've seen just kind of in general in sales, because sales and social media are just going like this, and every social media post, the thing that you have to focus on is a hook. Like why? Because I think we're so used to swiping if we're not interested. So I think that, if you come right out of the box, within those different industries and say, you're in government tech, here's one thing that maybe you're not aware of, or here's one thing that we do that I want to highlight a little bit if you're not aware of this thing. In other words, like what's the piece of information or question that would make someone, when you say that when the video begins, to say, okay, I want to know more about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
So, and then we found that the backside of it is, who you are and your experience and all that stuff, but it's more important about what's this one thing that I'm delivering to you right now that, makes you stop. Because I know there was some recruiters that did they were working with HR folks and if in other words, if you're thinking about hiring internally, there's a document I made below. There's just some things you want to be aware of. Also, this is why it's great to look outside. So it's something like that, that would kind of take their mind away from what they normally think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we usually give this out, and I'll put it in the chat right now, John. Like if you're when you're coming back and you're starting to make these, if you want to send some videos over to feedback at Dubb, I'm putting this in the chat right now. We could always give you feedback if you want, hook wise and stuff, and if you want some feedback on the videos.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else on your mind, John, before we start?
No, I'm just ready to get started.
Okay, cool. Nice. All right, we love it. All right, great. So let me jump over to I think we had someone else here that was new. Ed. Hey Ed. How are you, my friend? Jump over to Ed. Ed, you can unmute and say hi if you'd like to. If not, you can say hi in the chat if you got some things going on.
Hey guys, yeah, no, happy Friday to you. Ed Diaz, I'm in the mortgage business. I've been in it for 24 years, and before that, I was a money manager.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. How's the mortgage business going right now?
Tough, man. It's a very tough time, which,
Yeah.
look, this is when we deploy things like I'm on Sherpa right now, and I'll age myself a little bit. I started out with Act, then Goldmine, then Salesforce,
Yeah.
then Sherpa, and now I'm moving over to Dubb.
That's great. That's great.
So I'm just leveraging, and look, at the end of the day, it's pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing 4 to 7 events a month that I curate, and then I've always done a ton of video. Matter of fact, I was talking to realtors about video
Yeah.
15 years ago, and they're all looking at me like deer in headlights, like, what do you mean? I have a newsletter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we are, right? But I'm a proliferate user of video. I run also a 19-year networking group that I started, that I'm the founder of, and so doing a lot of stuff and just man, just blowing up the pipeline, because eventually, you know how it is, right? Everything
Hmm.
is pipeline number one and number two. Cycles are real, and so
Yeah.
this is going to come back around. I'm eternally positive, and the one thing that was missing for me, it wasn't so much a video because I was APIing bomb into my
Yeah.
Sherpa. It's
Yep.
more the AI, right? The follow-ups, because the follow-ups start to stack. Anyway, sorry about the long-winded bit. Hello,
No,
everybody.
that's all great stuff. What have you found a certain style that you've liked video wise, like directly to camera, kind of being in the bubble on a screen, mobile?
Yeah,
You know?
I'm more of a just authentic. Hey guys, how's it going? Ed Diaz here. Yep, BLS numbers came in, and you know what? Damn it, they didn't come in the way we thought. So if you haven't locked in your rate, whether you're doing it alone with me or somebody else, now's the time to lock it in because rates are going up. That kind of stuff.
Got it.
Or
Okay.
hey guys, look behind me. Right, I'm at this property. This is really great if you're looking for a condo, 2 bedroom, one bath,
Yeah.
whatever. Right.
No, that's cool. And I think you mentioned realtors. Like, we have quite a few folks in real estate, and you can always do the Dubb partner thing. If you have real estate folks say, "Listen, to use video, it's fantastic," and we do a 30% recurring comp. So, if you
Well,
can do
I
one
have
available, yeah.
thousands of people that I work with around the country, so that was already on my radar. I am signing up for that.
Well,
So
if
thank
you
you.
need to, I always tell this to everybody. Like, if you need to, if you have a webinar or you have an event and you have people in there, just let me know. I can always come in and pitch. Talk about Dubb and stuff. So, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to take you up on that because my group, we have about 130 people in my networking group, but I'm also doing. A matter of fact, I'll throw this out there. We could just talk offline. Why
Yep.
don't we do a video that I send out to everybody, you and I,
Yeah,
talking
of course.
about Dub?
Yeah. That always works good. Meet in Zoom, get it edited, send it out, and then boom.
Boom.
There you go.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
love it.
Cool.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good to meet you, Ed. And let's see.
Likewise.
I think we had someone else that was new in here for a second. Let me go back over in here. I thought I saw someone else that had a one in here. Let's see. Kalari. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Kalari Valentine. If you can hear me, okay.
Yes, that's correct. Good
Hi.
afternoon.
Good to meet you. Very cool name. I'd never heard the name before. It's much more
Thank you.
exciting than
You said
Rob.
it perfectly.
So nice to meet you. What's your industry? What do you do?
I'm in recruiting as well.
Oh, very nice. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but definitely, open with a hook. What's that interesting thing they want to know about? So, what's the industry that you do recruiting in?
Engineers, mainly network engineers, security engineers.
Engineers. See, even their ears will pop up if you tell them something interesting. Usually their heads down with all the tech. So if you open with something probably maybe something they're not aware of, or maybe how that tech affects what they do or something, maybe that would be an interesting thing, along those lines.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. If you like, take advantage of the feedback email that I put in the chat. If you ever want to record something and send it back over, please feel free. We can always give you feedback. So
Great. I'm new to this, so definitely gonna need some help.
awesome. Hey, that's what we're here for. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, listen, everybody, welcome into the training, and I'm going to share my screen. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the basics of Dubb, so everyone can kind of get a holistic view of, how do we record these videos, how do we customize them, how do we send them, and as we show the different styles, I kind of give you some examples of what we've seen work well over the years for folks, and I think that's a really big part of it because when you decide on the kind of recording tech that you're going to use, then it's really about, well, what's the use case, and how do we kind of apply that? And I think that's a really large part of it. All right, so let me share my screen here and let's jump in and see what we see. All right, so right here, this image that you see right here, this is an animated GIF. So when you record a Dubb video, the first 3 seconds of that video are going to repeat in a motion that you see right now, like this. You can technically, with editing, take a different part of the video and move it to the front. So you can do that. But when you're making sales videos all day and you're doing your stuff, you want to be efficient, you want to keep moving. So know when you hit record, no matter how you're recording it with Dubb, the first 3 seconds is going to be your animated video GIF preview. Now, in sales, obviously the timeline is getting shorter and shorter with everything we're doing. It's always been short, but even more so now. So we want to try to leverage the GIF so it gives someone a little bit of context before they even click on it. So it's kind of getting their brain started going in a certain direction. So when you start speaking, you're already kind of moving that way. Now, this video right here was recorded with the basic website recorder inside of Dubb. And all I'm doing is taking the Dubb mobile app on my phone. I got the Dubb mobile app, and there's a digital whiteboard feature on the mobile app, and I have the person's name on here. The name has always worked really well since the beginning. But people, what's the old expression? People love to hear their own name. Well, if they see it, that's great too. So this works really good for one-to-one. Um, Also, if you did have a conversation with someone one-to-one and there was something that you hit on in that convo that was interesting, you could always have that on the board as well. Like, hey, Sarah, remember that tip? Question mark. Or something that's related to that convo that you had. Now, other than one-to-one, you can also do one-to-many. So if you have a circle of influence in real estate or you have a bunch of contacts within your CRM and you want to re-engage them and update them on something, you can do something like this and have on the phone rate change, webinar coming up, need to know this. So things like that where the whole group can relate to whatever it is you're saying on the phone. So this is a style we've seen work really well over the years in terms of breaking through visually when you see this. Another style that we've seen work well from the same webcam, the same recorder inside of Dubb, is this one right here, just dropping a virtual background behind. Now, the virtual background, like when Sarah gets this video, she knows, oh, I know this video is about me. That's me. That's my profile. But you could also do it with a market update, a property in real estate, an insurance document, some mortgage info, company website, whatever you want behind you to really give someone some context about what this thing is probably going to be about. Now, you could even, if you wanted to, combine both. You could have the virtual background and hold up the phone with the message if you really want to get creative as far as that. And then the last part is just the movement of all this, how I'm waving, knowing it's going to be a 3 second GIF, so waving there, or bringing the phone into frame like you're seeing it like this. Now, there are some other styles that work well also. There's this style right here. This is done with the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder. So anything browser based where you want to pull up a website and you want to put yourself on that page in a box, a circle, a rectangle, and you want to walk someone through something with annotations and all kinds of cool stuff, this is a nice way to do that. In this case, obviously, market update in real estate. See how I'm smiling and pointing towards the title? I'm in a good spot. I'm right next to it. Those are things we're going to walk through in a little bit, but this is a nice way to share any browser-based website kind of stuff. Now you can also do this. This is the Dubb desktop app. The Dubb desktop app is also a screen recorder, but it's kind of like a drone that flies over everything across your desktop. It can record over a Canvas slide like you see right here. It could go over the top of a video, a document, a listing agreement, a contract, a website, and you can crop with the desktop app. You can go YouTube 16 by 9 or you can go 9 by 16 right from your desktop. There's a lot of really neat functionality on this. But again, the whole idea is what does this visually look like? Hey, you sent me a growth cycle chart. This is cool. And I'm right in the middle of it. We also have this right here. This is with the Dubb mobile app. And this is our picture-in-picture format where obviously a lot of real estate folks love it because as you're doing a property walkthrough, you can use both cameras on your phone and show what's happening. But you don't have to be in real estate. This could be any industry. You could be going for a walk, kind of giving some advice to some prospects. Maybe it's a nice nature walk. Maybe you're moving around the office. Maybe you want to show something on your computer in a different way where you're kind of leaning with the phone a little bit and you're on the screen. There's some really neat visuals you can send to someone that stand out when they see it in their inbox. But either way, no matter what kind of style you send, when they receive this and they click on this animated GIF, they're brought to a customized landing page that we call a preset in Dubb terms. It's going to have your logo at the top left, a little image that pokes out behind the video player, the video you've recorded to that one person or that group, followed by playlist videos. They're going to play right after this video that you've recorded. The power of the playlist video is it's not only going to give more information, but it's also going to save you your breath. You don't have to repeat like 10,000 times what you do because when you make these initial videos, like I was saying at the top, you really want to focus on that person or that group. And then what you can do is record one video, one time, minute or less probably, about what you do, kind of your pitch video, why someone should work with you. And it'll play right after this video that you've created. So the playlists are very seamless. They'll start playing this here, and the next video will run right into it. So you can really focus on the person that you're reaching out to. Then below here, you have your call to action buttons, your CTAs. What would you like someone to do once they've watched the content above? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? Do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to download a document, a contract, a listing agreement? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want them to email you back? There's all kinds of choices to have down here. I wouldn't have too many buttons. You don't want to get the whole paralysis by analysis thing. But sometimes people have one button. They just want you to do that one thing. So just think about order of importance from left to right and what you would like to do them to do in that order. Now there is a button down here that's really popular with with Dubb folks in terms of getting video testimonials. So instead of meeting in Zoom and having it edited, what you can do is use this button, reply with video. So if I was going to send someone and I wanted a video testimonial, hey, Darius, this is Rob. Listen, thank you so much for using Dubb. We appreciate your business. It would mean the world to us to get a video testimonial from you. All you need to do, it's not complicated. You don't need to download anything. Just click the reply with video button below. And then let me know, what have you enjoyed about the platform? And then all they would do is give their answers. They would send the video back to you. You get a little notification in your video library that says, hey, you got a video reply. And then you can make it part of the playlist right here. And this has really been the powerful combination over the years. One-to-one video or one-to-many, followed by a video you record one time about what you do, followed by video testimonials so people can see their journey in this. The last part of this page is going to be SIA, the Sales Interactive Assistant, right over here to the left, the AI that we have on the page here. Now, you don't have to have the AI on the page if you don't want to. You can just turn it off. It's just a little switch inside of Dubb. But if you do want it on there, we've found that it's really enabled a lot of people to really enjoy it because they can have real-time engagement right there. Because they might watch the content and say, you know what, I do want to book a time with Rob, but I do have some questions still, like that I have right now. So over here, you can have up to 20 FAQs. You can ask the AI a question. And when you ask SIA a question, SIA will give an answer. It can collect email, phone, name, and it also can push for whatever you'd like to have happen next. So it says, ready to see how Dubb can transform your outreach? Click here to book a time with Rob. So it pushes for whatever your desired outcome is. Now, we have a whole training on SIA, but from a high level view, how SIA is educated is with website links, individual website links. SIA can physically learn what's in text on those pages, and you can also upload a PDF. So it's a really powerful assistant to have on these pages that can really help someone secure a time in your calendar or take that next step. Now, these landing pages, you want to think about different segments of your audience. So, for instance, if I was in recruitment, I would want a landing page for employers and I would want a landing page for candidates. I would also want to break down the niches, like if it was recruitment within, government tech and then education, like these different segments. Because when you create these different landing pages for different parts of your audience, it feels like you're speaking right to them. Like the easiest split in the world is real estate, buyers and sellers. Have one for buyers, have one for sellers. If you're in coaching and consulting, different industries. If you're in mortgage, different kinds of mortgages. So really and we help you do this. So if you're not on a paid plan with Dubb and you get on a paid plan with us, we would meet you in Zoom and help you set up pages that look like this. But you definitely want to think about preset landing pages as speaking to different parts of your audience. Now, how would we record something that looks like this or something that looks just like this? What we would do is we go inside the Dubb dashboard right here. You're in your Dubb dashboard. Click on the red camera icon that sits right up here at the top, and this is going to open up your webcam. Now, if we want to do the virtual background that you saw behind me, just go below, select virtual background, scroll down, go to your photos, and then basically upload any screenshots that you have into this area. And then it'll create a little library for you. As you can see here, we have a bunch of different stuff. We know profiles work really well, company websites, properties if you're in real estate, articles related within your industry that you want to show, anything that gives context about why this person should reach out to you, right? I could even do the little whiteboard and have the address of the property behind me right here if I wanted to, if someone's interested in the listing. So you can get very creative. Now, if you're here doing this, have some good front light. Use your shoulders as guardrails for all your hand movements. I wouldn't go out into the soup like this. I would stay right in here. And that's how you kind of work that. Now, if you want to do the phone that you saw where I'm holding up the phone, you would get the Dubb mobile app on your phone. And when you have the Dubb mobile app in the home area, right up here at the top, that little square right there, that is going to be when you click that, that's your typing area. So that's all I did before when you saw the name. And again, it can be a question or a phrase if it's a group. Type what it is, turn it, and then it's ready to go, just like this. So you can begin and just do this and get going, just like that. Now, this recorder here has some options on it. Down over here to the bottom, you can zoom yourself in. You can back yourself up with a tighter frame if you want to. We also have a teleprompter across all of our technology. So right up here at the top, if I click in here, I can go and create a new script, or I can look for a script that I already have saved within the platform. I also can search for a script by name as well. There it is. Then it's going to pop down here. This is going to be the speed. I can adjust it up or down. This right here is going to be the play button. See if I like the speed. Then I can back the text off, or I can zoom it in a little closer if I want to. Now, when I hit record here, I'm going to be about arm's distance away. I want to let the words flow up into my eye line. I don't want to be too close because then looking down. So I think this distance is pretty good. And once you give this some practice, the teleprompter is great to stay efficient. Really, if there's some brand phrasing you want to get right or certain stats, it helps you move pretty quick. I'm going to hit record here. I'm going to get a countdown, and it would be something like this. Hey Rob, this is Rob. I wanted to send you this quick video. We are Dubb, the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button, stop the recording, click it again. It'll keep going and keep recording. If I want to delete this video, just click the red X. It'll always ask you, are you sure, which is good. And then if you want to save it into the platform, it's the blue check mark right here. So I'm going to save this into the Dubb platform right now. And when I save this in here, it's going to be saved into my video library. Anytime you save a video into Dubb, no matter what way that you record, it's going to take you to the video edit page that looks just like this. And we're going to come back to this in a little bit. But that is the basic website recorder. That is how you record videos that look like this or videos that look like this. Now we're going to look at screen recording like this. This is the Dubb Chrome extension, browser-based. We're going to look how we use something like this. So if I wanted to reach out and send a market update like this, or if I wanted to reach out on LinkedIn, this is going to be the same tool, the Dubb Chrome extension. Now, what you want to think about when you do these things are, what does the website look like? What's the shape of things? Where do I want to put myself? What's interesting? Okay. So if I wanted to do something with this, I would open up the Chrome extension up here at the top. I'm going to open up here and it's going to put me on the page. There I am. But I'm not going to want to be a circle because everything here is so angular. So you can change your shapes right down here. I can go to phone shape, rectangle, square. I would go square if I'm on this page. I also would adjust my size right here. I'm not going to go too big because I don't want to cover some stuff. I'm going to stay probably right in here. And then your placement, where are you on the page? So when I wave and I do one of these, I'm pointing at the cartoon house and the title. And that's a nice setup. Now, if I was going to reach out over here on LinkedIn, I would want to open up the Chrome like I just did right up here at the top, Chrome extension. And now I want to change my shape and size because Ruben's in a circle. I want to kind of match his feel. So I'm going to click circle here and I want to adjust my size just a little bit. So I'm almost even with him. And I can, if I want to, other functionality right here, I can zoom myself in for a tighter frame. I can back myself up. I can move myself around inside the bubble just like this. I also, over here to the right, can turn off my webcam if I wanted to. I wouldn't do it for this, obviously, reaching out, but if you already knew a client and you pulled up a website within your industry and you kind of want to just do an audio walkthrough of something, you can totally do that. You also can display your profile picture if you'd like to, and you can even put a virtual background in behind you, just like we did before right here inside the bubble. You also have a teleprompter available if you want to use one. This one's a little bit different. So when you pull up the teleprompter here, just like we did before, all same functionality down here. The difference is you can grab the sides like this and you can physically move this where you want to. Obviously, I'm going to go up towards the camera because it's where my eye line is. But there is some nuance to the teleprompter with the Chrome. Because the Chrome extension is browser based, I don't want to go full screen on my browser because if I do, I lose the teleprompter. It's gone. I can't click on it. Now, there's also three different options to record this screen here. If I click on screen over here to the right and I hit record, it means it's going to get my entire computer screen. And that teleprompter will show in the recording. So if I ever want to record my full screen and use a teleprompter, I would use the Dubb desktop app, which I'm going to show you right after this. You also, if I go to the camera option here, it opens up kind of like a webcam. I think tab is the best option, the one right in the middle, because it's a nice clean cut of the page. You're not going to see any of the open tabs at the top. And when I hit record and click my teleprompter forward by tapping it, it will not show in the recording and I can use it. Now, we also have an annotation tool right over here that we're going to use in a second. And this is what this would look like. So I'm going to hit record now. I'm going to choose my tab. It's right here, LinkedIn. I'm going to click share. It begins my 3, 2, 1 countdown, and it would be like this. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. I saw your profile over here on LinkedIn. Thought I would reach out because I noticed some really interesting things in your profile I want to talk to you about. So I did my wave and my point. That's my repeating 3 seconds. And then I jumped to full screen. You can jump to full screen in a couple ways. One at the bottom where it says expand webcam on or off, jumps you to full screen. Just click that same button to go right back to where you were. You can also hover your mouse over the webcam like this, double click the screen to go back. But either way, when you jump to full screen, it's a great way to make a point about stuff and then visually breaks the monotony and then go right back to the page. You also can physically move around, talk, scroll, be very free flowing, whatever your style is. You also can hit the pause button. So if you're a little more regimented, where you're like, you know what, I want to do my opening, I want to take a break, hit the pause button right down here and then click to resume. The annotation tool right over here, start pointing some things out if you see some interesting things that you want to make a point about. You even can put some text on screen if you want to hammer home a point. You can put things in order of importance. You can underline, you can circle, and all of these annotations are going to stay sticky where they are. So if I continue down the page, they're not going to follow me, which is really nice. And then you can just delete them with the little trash can at the bottom and get rid of them. Now, to save this video, like we did before, we're going to click the check mark down here at the bottom, and it's going to save it into the Dubb platform, just like we did with our basic website recorder right before this. And again, any video that you save into Dubb is going to take you to the video edit page, just like this, like it did before. So that's the Dubb extension, Chrome extension screen recorder. Anything browser based, this is a nice quick way to do a recording and put yourself on the screen with what you want to show. Now, the next screen recorder that we're going to look at is the Dubb desktop app. So right up here at the top. So the desktop app is going to be different and similar to the Chrome extension. So our little D symbol up here, we're going to open up our quick view menu. And the Dubb desktop app does a number of things, but we're going to click on record screen, and I'm going to show you the differences and the similarities between the two. So let me just reopen this because you guys can't see what I'm doing because it's not, there it is. So here's the menu, Dubb desktop app right here, D symbol up here at the top. I'm going to click on record screen. And when it opens here, I'm going to show you similarities and differences now between the desktop app and the Chrome extension. Okay, so let me reopen here. Here we go. First, let's look at the webcam. All the same functionality you just saw with the Chrome, you can do all of that here with the desktop app. Zoom in, virtual background, different shapes, sizes, all of it. You also have an annotation tool, similar to the Chrome extension. And you also have a teleprompter. Now, similar to the Chrome, you can move this wherever you want to. But different than the Chrome extension, when I'm recording my full screen, or any other variation, this will not show in the recording. And when I click in here to find the script that I want, the desktop app has voice recognition as part of this. So it says auto track. If I was to hit record right now, and I start reading the script, it's going to move at my own pace, which is really, advantageous because you might want to just pause for dramatic effect, or maybe you want to move a little quicker. It will keep up or slow down with your pace. If you don't want to use auto track, just click the button and it turns to auto scroll. Just like the other teleprompters that we just looked at, it's just a speed between 1 and 10. So just decide which one you want to use, whatever you're more comfortable with. There are some days I just want to flow and I just want to go with the speed. There are other days I kind of want to take my time and have it controlled. Now, there are some other major differences here between Chrome and desktop. This right here, this box with this red slash through it, if I was to hit record right now, it's going to record my entire desktop screen. If I get rid of this red slash just by clicking on it, now I have a drop-down menu to choose from for the borders of what I'm recording. It's currently on custom, which means I can move this wherever I want to, and I can crop around anything that I want to crop around, whether it's a Canvas slide, document, listing agreement, contract, website, whatever it is, I can really get specific about what I'm showing. I also can do 16 by 9 for YouTube. I can even do 9 by 16 for a social media video right from my desktop, and I can just put this over the top of anything. I've done a bunch of these for our LinkedIn posts on LinkedIn where I'll just create something, have this over the top of it. I'm in the perfect format, and then I can just upload it to LinkedIn or whatever social part you want to. Another major difference is the recording itself. When I hit record here we go. I'm going to get my 3, 2, 1. Now I'm recording. I can pause and resume just like before. Here's the major difference. It's the check mark. Normally with anywhere else in Dubb, you click the check mark, it saves it into the platform. Not in this case. When you click the check mark here, it just means you've recorded a clip. So the desktop app is a clip recorder. The Chrome extension recorder before this was one video you pause and resume. Here, you're going to be recording clips and then merging them at the end to that one video. The advantage to this is you can drag and drop videos from your computer and make it part of your story. Every video you save into Dubb has an MP4 version you can download. So you could always download something you record and then add it in here if you want to. Now, I recorded a screen recording clip that you see right here. If I want to keep building my clips out, I have to go down to the bottom left where there are 3 icons for creative choices on how to record the next clip. If I click on all the way to the left, down at the bottom right now, it says record screen video. That's what I just did. So if I want to go right back to where I was and do another screen recording clip, that's what I'm going to click on. And when I do that, it brings me right back here, and I'm just recording a second clip. That's all I'm doing. And each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. I'm going to select the check mark below, and there's my second clip. And I can physically move these clips around. So I don't have to record chronologically, which I think is pretty great. You can do the middle, the end first, whatever you want. You also can tap the 3-dot menu on each clip and download or delete each individual clip. I also can click on the webcam option down there in the middle. So maybe I want to click on this, and maybe this is my opening. Maybe this is my ending. Maybe this is me doing a little breakout session where I want to talk about something really quick and then go back to the visuals you just saw. I'll hit the check mark here, and here's that clip. And then the last option you have down here is called Dubb Narrator. Dubb Narrator is one of my favorite ones to use because it enables you to pre-record a video. Like let's just say to this webcam, I recorded all my stuff that I wanted to say, and then I could take that pre-recorded video, put it inside a bubble, and put it on top of anything that I want. And then that way, when I hit record, all I have to do is just scroll around. I already took care of the part where I'm talking. Or it could be a pre-recorded video of someone else or anything. So Dubb Narrator gives you the ability to play a pre-recorded video in a bubble on top of whatever you want. So when I select narrator video, it's going to take me to my video library right inside of Dubb. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pick a narrator video. So let's just say I grab this one right here. And now this is the pre-recorded version of me. I'm going to put me somewhere on the page, hit record, and now the pre-recorded version of me is going to do the talking. Welcome into this video on how to use Dubb descriptions. From the Dubb dashboard, click and then just click check mark, and there's my clip right there. So if you ever don't want to multitask, you could always record something beforehand and then just use the pre-recorded video on top of anything that you wanted to do. Now, when we're done here and we're ready to merge all of our clips together into that one video, all you have to do is click the edit button down at the bottom right. It's going to merge everything together. And when it's merged, we actually have an editor right inside the desktop app. So I can hit the play button. Now I'm recording. I can drag our timeline down here to whatever part. Let's say I want to cut a part out, right? I'm going to drag it here and say, oh, I'm going to start my cut right here. I'm going to hit the scissor icon. It's going to split our clips into two pieces. I'm going to continue to drag to the second cut. Maybe it's right there. Hit the scissor icon again. And now I've got three pieces. So whatever one I click on, I'm going to hit the trash can button and it's gone. And if I want to bring them all back, all I have to do is click the undo button. Undo, 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 and you're right back to where you started. Also, if you want to get rid of silences in your videos, there's a little button called Smart Cut. If you select that here, all the different pink areas are the areas that you can cut out all the silences. You can have a tighter cut of a video. Then over here to the right, you can download the MP4 and you can upload this into the Dubb platform. Now, the last piece of recording that we're going to look at is going to be the Dubb mobile app. Now, the Dubb mobile app, because mobile apps have really amazing cameras, it's great to kind of do different videos so people can see different variations of the messages you're trying to deliver. You can do vertical, you can do landscape, you can set it up on your desk with a little selfie stick, you can do a walk and talk. And I think because again of social media in the sales realm, we have a lot of freedom to really kind of get creative and get out of our zone that we're normally in to deliver some messaging, which is pretty neat. Now, if you're going to record a video with the mobile app, here's the mobile home area. You're going to click the blue camera icon at the bottom. And when you select that, it's going to open up your camera. Now, when it opens up here, you're going to notice that this is defaulted for 1 minute. So if I hit record, it's going to cut me off at a minute. I have other specific times I can choose. I always like to slide mine to 10 minutes, just because you can't go over 10 minutes on the mobile app. I'm not going to make a video that long. And to record, I'm going to tap the circle here and now I'm recording. You can see the timer up here and the timer down here at the bottom. I'm going to click the button again, and there is the clip that I have just recorded. So just like the desktop app that we just saw, the mobile app is a clip recorder as well. And this clip has been automatically saved to my phone. So I have it in my photo video area in case I need it. I'm going to hit record one more time. Each clip has to be at least 2 seconds. There we go. I'm going to click it again. There is the second clip. Now, these clips can be moved around. So I can take my finger and hold one just for a second and then slide it. So you can totally change the order. Again, it's really convenient being able to do that. I also can tap a clip individually. So if I tap a clip here, I can delete, trim, or edit. And if I select the edit button, I can add text on screen. I can add music. We have a whole library full of royalty-free music. I can do voiceover if I want to. I can speed up the action, all within each individual clip. These icons over here, the one to the top is going to record what's in front of you. This one right here are countdown timers. You can choose 3 or 10. I always go with 3 because it matches everywhere else in Dubb, and 3, 2, 1 seems like the perfect amount of time to get ready to smile, get yourself going, and start. This one right here is our teleprompter. Really good teleprompter we have on here. So if you select this one here, it's going to open up. You're going to click in here before into the top like we did before to find our script. So let's just say, let's do this one. Here we go. This one here, auto scroll, speed between 1 and 10 like we saw before. I can hit the play button, see if I like that speed. I also can hit the edit button right here. So if you want to make some real-time changes where you start to read it and you're like, nah, I don't like the sound of it, you can change it right here and do that here. If you're recording a video and your eyes are not staying at the top where they're supposed to be and they're kind of wandering down here checking out the text, take these guardrails here and just slide them up. So I can grab the sides and just go like this, just like that. So that way there's nothing for my eyes to look at down there. I gotta stay at the top. So it's a good way to do that if it's an issue. Now, if you have an iPhone, sorry, people that have Android, hopefully one of these days we're going to have it. But if you have an iPhone, this gear option right over here to the left, the gear icon, select auto track. And now, just like the desktop, you have a voice recognition option. So when I hit record, it's going to go at my own pace like this. Confessions of a Sales Pro number 213. Back in the early learning days, I used to give the same pitch to every prospect. So see, I kind of purposely stopped there. It goes at your own pace. That's an option here if you want to do that. To close the teleprompter, tap the X to the top right and it'll close. Now, if you have a video on your phone, let's just say you recorded something outside of the app, but you want to add it down here, but you have it on your phone. Click here to the folder button. It'll take you to your photo video area. Find that video that you want. It'll ask you, do you want to add the clip? Yes, and it will add the clip right down here. If you want to record your screen, it's this button right here. If you want to use filters, we had a lot of requests for this. You can do skin smoothing, you can do black and white, you can do kind of different color effects that you want to do. This is more along the fun lines in terms of doing that. This one right here is picture in picture. This is the one I showed at the beginning of the training. A lot of real estate folks like it for property walkthroughs, but again, any industry where you want to show what's in front of you and be on the screen as well, this is the button you want to select. And when you open this here, you're going to hit record, and now I'm going to be on the screen with everything that I'm showing. And I can zoom in, back up, go here, back up there, all kinds of options with picture in picture. The last one here is going to be your virtual background. So just like we opened up the training today where we saw the virtual background behind, whether it was a property, article, company website, person's profile, just screenshot those things on your phone, go here, and then all you have to do is pull it up in your photo video area, select the photo you want, put it behind you, and say, hey, listen, I just want to send you this quick article. Hey, I saw your profile online. Listen, I was on your website right here, and you can just frame it however you want to frame it. And then when you're done and you're ready to combine all of these videos into that clips into one video, click the blue button to the top right. That's going to merge all of your clips together. And then you'll have a finished copy on your phone of that finished video. And then you also can upload it into the Dubb platform by clicking the blue upload button right there as well. So that's the mobile app. That's how you use it. If you ever want to share videos from the mobile app right in here, right, you can grab a video, click on it. See the blue share video button right in the center, that little blue line horizontally across the middle of the screen. Select that there. You can do copy for SMS, drop it into text. You can also click copy for email, and then you just open up your email provider, open up a compose, and then you can just paste it right inside there and send it out right from your phone if you want to do that. Now, the different recording styles that we just looked at, those are different scenario-based kind of stuff that we talked about. But either way, when you record a video and you save it into the platform, it's really important to know things that you can do on the video edit page, because that's where you're going to end up when you save a video. So when I save a video into Dubb, it's going to take me here, the video edit page. There is a little drop down right here. So it says Rob's preset right here. That's my default preset landing page. So whenever I record a video, automatically it's going to attach these playlist videos, these buttons, the colors, everything. But I can change that to a different preset, and it'll change everything about the background, everything about the buttons, everything. That's the power of the preset. So like I mentioned earlier, whatever industry you're in, have different segments of your audience that have their own landing pages, and we help you set that up when you're on a paid account. Also on this page, you have an editing tab. So any video that you save into Dubb or upload into Dubb, you can play it. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. You can also drag your timeline, very similar to the editor we just saw on the desktop app. So bring it here, cut it with the scissors, drag it again to the next point of cut, scissors. Now you got three pieces. Whatever's highlighted in orange, hit the trash can and it's gone. Again, the undo button, undo, undo, undo. If you ever edit a video that you chop it up way too much to hit undo that many times, all you have to do is go to the top, download the MP4 version of this video. Every Dubb video has an MP4 version. Download it to your computer, click replace, and click save. And then you're totally fine. We also have activity on everything here. So when you send a video out, it says no activity yet because we haven't sent it anywhere. But when you do send it, you do have the ability to know, hey, who's clicking on the emails? Did they get clicked on? Is anybody clicking on the buttons below the video? Are they just viewing the page? Are they watching the video? And if they are watching, what is the watch rate? Is it 50, 10, 100? Really kind of shapes our follow-up because we know what they've consumed. You also have an AI digital coach called Kyra right inside the dashboard here. So it's going to give you feedback. Are you being repetitive? How's your cadence? Are you using filler words? How's your persuasiveness? It's also going to break down your visuals and your content. So it's going to give you this non-biased view on what you've recorded and give you some nice suggestions. Sometimes, you take it with a grain of salt. Like if I put myself in a bubble and I'm off to the right and it says bring it to the center, I put myself off to the right on purpose because I wanted that location. So just go through here. Look, content feedback gives me stuff right in here. Visual feedback gives me visual feedback. And then a breakdown on the words down here at the bottom. So something you can do right away to improve yourself with videos right from here. Now you recorded a video in every style that you wanted to, and you saved it inside Dubb. And now you just want to share this. So how would we share this by email? So right over here, we're going to open up a compose. Best practice is you always want to have the word video in the subject line. Helps with the open rates. It's rare that you see it. You want to have some text in here in terms of why they should watch the video. And then to drop the video in, you can do it in two ways. One is going to be with the shortcut we have right down here at the bottom. So in the bottom of Gmail, see the Dubb symbol there? In Outlook, it's off to Outlook 365. It's off to the right in add-ins. But this button shows up when you have the Dubb Chrome extension pinned and logged in. And when you select this button here, it's going to open up the Chrome extension that we used earlier. And you're going to see me scrolling down to the bottom right, going through my video library. So I'm going to find the video that I want. I'm going to say, oh, you know what? I want to go with this video right here. I'm going to click advanced options. I'm going to put the email of the person I'm sending it to get that advanced tracking. I even can add some personalization text if I want to, a little banner at the top. And then I click insert video and it drops it in just like that. Now, if I wanted to not use the shortcut, I can always share a video right from the video edit page. It's this big blue share and send button right here. So when you select this button here, again, put the email of the person you're sending it to for the tracking. I can add a little personalization text, click copy for email, and it's just a copy and paste that drops it in just like this. Now, if you're going to share on LinkedIn, because remember before we talked about reaching out on LinkedIn and making that connection, right? How would we send it to Ruben? Well, if you're going to send a Dubb video to someone on LinkedIn, make sure you're connected with them first. Because if you're not, it's only going to be a link. You won't get that nice, pretty animated GIF. So it seems like most people connect. So send them a little message, connect first, and then once you're connected, then click the message button right down here at the bottom. You're going to notice the Dubb symbol showing up right down here because we have an integration with LinkedIn. So again, when you have the Chrome extension, this button shows up. Select it here, opens up here. Again, find your video. Just click insert video, and then you can highlight this text right here and change it to something specific or whatever message you want. Click send, and then Ruben's going to see this in his inbox. Well, he'll see this, and that's much more inviting than seeing the normal text-based stuff that you always see. It totally stands out. Now, if you do have a CRM or a third-party sender, like if you have like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact or an Active Campaign, or you have like a HubSpot, a Go High Level, a Follow Up Boss, Lofty, whatever you got, we have a lot of integrations with different CRMs and senders. So if you do have your workflows set up, you can just add video to them. You also can use Dubb as a CRM if you'd like to. You can upload your contacts with a CSV file. You can do tasks, deals, and tags. You can do campaigns within Dubb, email and SMS. You also can do automation. This is part of our higher tier plan called Pro Plus, and the automation sequences are pretty amazing. They are pretty much sequences where you can set a flow up. You could have a number of emails go out, and then if someone takes an action on something, you can set up an if then. If they do something, did they click on a button? Did they watch the video? Did they open the email? Did they just view the page? All these actions can initiate other paths that they can go on. And these are all automations that are set up through our Pro Plus plan. Now, on the main dashboard within Dubb, there's another AI part that a lot of people like to use in here, and that is Ira. This is our AI writing assistant. Inside here, we added this profile feature, which is pretty neat. So I have basic and sales right here, but if I was in recruiting as an example, and I had employers and candidates, I could set up a profile for both real estate buyers, sellers, mortgage, FHA, VA loans. Again, that split that we talked about in terms of your audience. So you could set these up, and when you do, you just go in here and you start answering questions for Ira about this part of your audience, about this outreach. You even can choose a preferred tone of communication if you'd like, because it might be different, depending on the audience. And you also can select the have method, which is a nice writing structure to have in there. Opens with a hook that we talked about before, open with a hook, address their needs, provide value, extend a compelling call to action. So all I have to do is go to my writer and say, okay, what part of my audience am I working on today? Okay, I'm working on sellers. Then I come down here, I choose a prompt. It's probably the most popular word in 2025 is prompt. I think we're all living in the prompt life. I'm going to say on why video is the best for sales. And then here's my length. I'm going to click submit. And then Ira is going to take into account everything that I just taught it about this part of my audience. It's going to kick back the answer to me with the copy. And then below here, I can do some things. I can preview this back so I can have it read back to me in a voice if I want to hear it. I can copy it to a clipboard, save it somewhere else. I can import it directly to scripts. So I can take this copy that it gives me, go inside assets inside of Dubb and save it into scripts and then load it into a teleprompter and deliver that content. I also can import it to a voice video if I want to. So I don't have to have my face and voice on there. Oh, for some reason, let me try resubmit here. Hey, it's Friday. Maybe Ira's a little tired from the week. Let's see. So if Ira doesn't spit it out, I'll explain it. But when the copy comes back, you do have an option to use voice to video. So what I could do is, here, let me bounce out of here. It looks like it's taking some time. So what I can do is I can do text to voice, text to video, which is this right here, text to video. So you could take your script, jumps it over to here. I could upload a photo, and then I could choose an AI voice down here at the bottom. And if I was going to send this video out because I didn't want to be on camera that day, maybe I was under the weather with my voice, but I wanted to send something a little more impactful than just a text, I could upload a photo, pick an AI voice, and the GIF, the animated video GIF preview when you send this, would be the photo and a little waveform that would just be repeating, almost like an animated kind of voicemail. Now, you also can do full-on avatars if you wanted to. We have a whole library of avatars down here. You can scroll through and choose the one that you like, or you can create your own, choose the AI voice, and when it's done, you'll get a little notification that it's ready. And the use cases that we've seen are avatar emails, like kind of like a pedestal kind of thing, like, Rob would love to talk to you, like Ava the avatar reaches out on my behalf. Also, we've seen them as screen recording walkthroughs. So if you're making YouTube videos, content, educational content, maybe a contract or a listing agreement walkthrough where the AI is pointing things out, you can use that for that as well. An easy way to kind of check that out would be like this. A market update, right? I'm going to open up the Dubb desktop app that we saw earlier. I'm going to select narrator video. Remember when it was a pre-recorded version of me? I'm going to go inside here. I'm going to look for the narrator videos that I recorded, but I recorded a separate one for Ava the avatar. So as I'm scrolling through here, I'm going to find the video that I did with Ava. And when I find it, I'm going to add this to the page. So there's Ava all the way down to the bottom right. There's Ava there. I'm going to change her shape, put her in the middle, all the stuff that we normally talked about. And then I'm going to hit record, and Ava is going to walk someone through this instead of myself.
Hi there. I saw you were checking out some properties in the area and wanted to.
And that's what that would look like right there. So there are a number of options in terms of deciding how you want to record. What are the use cases? So I think really dialing into the use cases is the most important thing. The last thing I'll say is in terms of training. If you really want to check out some things that are really good, if you go to the dashboard here, over here to the right, you're going to see training right here. You're in the training right now, but this is the second one here, watch training videos. This is Dubb Academy. Has very orderly videos in terms of how to use the platform. They're all in order. So I would recommend jumping here and checking this out. You also can check out our YouTube support right over here. We have all kinds of content that we upload over here that's really, really good. Some are bite-sized stuff, some are longer trainings that we do. We also have founder coaching. If you're part of Pro Plus, which is our higher tier plan, Darius and Ruben, our co-founders, do it twice a week. It's very accountability based. There's a form you can fill out about your business. It's pretty awesome. So that's kind of like the next level of that. We also have Dubb partners right here. Just click apply now, creates a little referral link for you. We do a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes to Dubb, and we really love supporting our partners. So if you have anything going on, let us know, and then we can take it into account and jump in there for that. So let me pop back over here to I know we have the new folks in here. Kalahari and John. Any questions from either one of you? I know there was a lot of things there, but it's really about isolating these things, watching the video back on YouTube when it's on later, and kind of just really dialing in on those things.
Yeah, from my standpoint, I mean, it's remarkable everything that this thing can do. And I can tell right now that I'm going to need to hop on another training call because there's no way I'm going to be able to remember all of this. But this is very valuable, and it's good to know that these are available periodically. I can get on
Yeah.
and figure things out kind of as I go.
Yeah, and John, definitely the thing you want to remember is, if there's a thing that you can take away today, it's the LinkedIn part. Like so when we upload this to YouTube later, here I'll drop this link in the chat if you want to grab it, John. So this is our YouTube support. So the live training will be on later today or probably maybe in the morning. But go back to the LinkedIn part, and say, okay, there's a clear-cut example that I could focus on right now and start doing, and that is taking the Dubb Chrome extension, which is the screen recorder, being in the bubble, putting yourself on a profile page, and sending someone a nice video.
Yeah, that's going to be the very first thing that I'm using this for is I'm going to put the whether it's a candidate or a client, put their profile page in my background.
Yep.
And I love the whiteboard on the phone that has their name on it. So when that thumbnail loop is spinning with 3 seconds or whatever it is,
Yep.
the reaction should be, well, this is probably it's not going to be this video was sent to 10,000 people. This is
Right.
like, do I know this person? Because clearly he knows me.
Right. Right. Right.
So I could see the open rate being much higher.
Yeah, and you could even, if you wanted to, you could even do the good old split where you have like maybe a list of people you want to reach out to that are very high level and you want to do individual videos for them. But you also technically could have a second tier maybe where you record one video, where it's to the employer, to the candidate part, right? Or the industry you're reaching out to. And you use Dubb Narrator on the desktop app to record it once and then just put it on top of different profiles. And it feels like you're speaking right to them if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can get into that later, but I would focus on if you're gonna take anything away, I would focus on the bubble, and you could even use the phone inside the bubble on LinkedIn too. You could do that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But use the feedback when you're playing with it, John. Try to record one maybe on LinkedIn. If you want to send it over, feel free. We can give you
Okay.
feedback. So,
I appreciate that.
yeah, yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, John.
Thank you.
And then Kalahari, I would say the same thing. Anything on your mind?
Well, I'm starting out with the free version, right at the moment, which will probably change shortly, I'm sure, with everything you just showed me. But is any of this available to do on that version or?
Yeah, it's pretty limited. That's the thing. Like, the free version has like one call to action. You can't have your own branding. You only get about 25 videos, so it's you can't use the AI writer. You can't use the teleprompter.
Limited.
Pretty chained, yeah, unfortunately. But
Okay.
but the whole point of it is just to be able to, if you had to do something super basic. But I would definitely say I'd upgrade into the pro if you can, just to be able to get all the other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Colin. All right. And I would say same thing. LinkedIn would be I would focus on LinkedIn, for something like that we
Absolutely.
talked about. But well, listen, thank you for showing up, everyone, today. It's the top of the hour. Happy weekend to everybody, and look forward to everyone coming back on Monday. If anybody has anything, that would be awesome. So have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks.